SAS Umkomazi. With that, there was a number of boats that have been displayed here. One of them was a crocodile, as we refer to it in the South African Navy, and a couple of other number of boats, one for the harbor patrol boats, and the other one was a diving boat.
All right, Captain Chris Kumalo from the South African Navy, the Chief of Staff there, of course, giving us the insight of the kind of machinery and artillery that they use there. Of course, in about 15 minutes' time from now, just down the road on the sea, we'll be having a practical display of some of the machinery that have been on display here. So there's quite a lot of interest there. But for now, we will cross back to you in studio.
On hold out of sight towards your left hand side. Closely in the water, you will see an object protruding through about 1 meter off. If you can't see it, then the objective has been achieved. There is currently a submarine doing reconnaissance of the beach. But first, I have to inform you that in a real-time operation, all operations are properly planned. It's properly conducted at night with precision. Also to a consideration of a number of other variables. Well, the submarine is currently periscope depth, making a visual observation, searching for targets, analyzing the beach, sending information back to commanders for decision making. that the enemy will know that you might be in the area, but they are not sure where you are lingering. Provides. If you look closely, the submarine is now surfaced. It's SAS Mantatisi, one of the 3 South African Navy submarines, also known as S-101, commissioned in 2003. It's a heroine class. It replaced the old Daphne class submarines. SAS Mantatisi, the name itself, it's named after a female warrior chief of the Matropa tribe. The length is 62 meters and the draft of 5.8 meters. It's diesel electric, maximum speed of 21 knots, carries a complement of 13 personnel on board, including officers. Its armament includes its 8 torpedo tubes. This submarine participated in a number of exercises in the past. One that comes to mind is when they sank the NATO fleet in 2007 on exercise Amazon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next showing is going to be a capability demonstration by a team of special forces operatives from all special forces in Lagabai. Roger, as you see in front of you, there is a Zodiac Hurricane inflatable boat dropping 2 swimmers. The aim of the swimmers is to swim through the safe line, get onto the beach, secure the beach, and mark a possible landing zone for the Oryx helicopter that will bring an 8-man assault team to come and handle the hostage situation that is currently taking place in the building on our immediate front. So keep your eyes overhead for the approach of the Oryx helicopter. Keep your eyes on the water for the 2 swimmers that are going to swim through the safe line. Please do take note that this form of operations usually take place at night when it's dark. So whatever you see now would typically happen under the cover of darkness at night. Mutual support is of utmost importance between the 2 swimmers in the water because they want to continuously stay together as a team through the surf. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just one of the methods of infiltration of the teams. There are various other methods that could be employed, but we chose this particular method as the most feasible under the unfolding circumstances.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to build up our scenario nicely. The submarine in front of us has identified the possible area where our diplomats are being held hostage, and they have already passed on the information to us. What is now happening, ladies and gentlemen, the demonstration will continue in the following manner. If you look towards the right-hand side, you will see that there is a ship, the mine hunter, that is currently pursuing our submarine. That That vessel is currently representing a foreign vessel from which some of the bad activities that has taken place on this beachfront have been orchestrated. They are now aiming to interfere with the launching from the submarine of our divers that will conduct the rescue operation here. The commander has in the meantime then activated one frigate to try and intercept this vessel, and for own forces then to take full control of it and arrest anybody and everybody who is on board. You are now going to be watching this activity as it unfolds, and we will be explaining each and every detail, both by Commander Makunga, who represents the South African Navy, as well as Candidate Officer Mbewu, who represent the Special Forces, both of whom are with me here in the commentary booth. Commander.
Ladies and gentlemen, the frigate in question is SAS Spionkop, one of the 4 frigates the South African Navy currently has. It's a Vela class frigate. Also, SAS Spionkop is named after the Battle of Spionkop. This type of vessel is extensively used in Operation Copper. It is also the home unit for the Super Lynx. The Super Lynx, which is used for reconnaissance and targeting. The vessel is about 121 meters in length and can move up to speeds of 30 knots. It carries about 152 personnel on board. In terms of its armament, it's got a 76mm gun forward or in front. It's got one twin 35mm gun and has 2 20mm cannon. It also carries missiles, surface-to-surface missiles, the Exocet. It also has the capability of surface-to-air missiles, and currently is using the Umkhonto.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you will see we then also have got in this area now the Lynx that is in the air, the purpose of which is to act as the onboard command post. You will also then realize, ladies and gentlemen, as part of the demonstration today, from the right hand side, the C-130 Hercules has left its hold. On board, ladies and gentlemen, it has got 5 members from the Special Forces who will be ordinarily dropped here in front and form part of the members that will do the search, the combat search and rescue. However, ladies and gentlemen, due to the strong winds that we experience here, the C-130 will fly past. Both the boat and the jumpers will not be dropped today for safety considerations. Ladies and gentlemen, approaching shore here in front of you are the 2 divers that were launched from the submarine. They are also part of the reconnaissance element that are going to ensure that final confirmation of the area where the ambassadors are being held hostage is confirmed. And once that is confirmed, the necessary military action will be launched to free them. The C-130 in the meantime is 2 minutes out. They will be approaching from the right, flying towards your left. Ladies and gentlemen, the onboard command post in the form of the Lynx has been obviously then launched from SAS Spionkop. You will now see that there is going to be an onboarding on this foreign vessel in front, where you see smoke coming out. If you look further to the right-hand side, you should be able to see the C-130 also approaching from the right-hand side. The onboarding operation is now going to take place, where members of Special Forces will be onboarded onto this foreign vessel to ensure that own forces have now full control of this vessel. The Jumbo is 1 minute out. He's still approaching from the right-hand side as our demonstration here unfolds, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Jumbo is flying at 500 feet altitude. This is the altitude at which the actual drop would have been made, wind conditions allowing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just received reports that the onboarding operation on this foreign vessel has been successful. This vessel is now under full control of own forces. Ladies and gentlemen, before we then bring the rest of the elements that will do this rescue, we are first going to ensure that additional reconnaissance is done, particularly from the air, to confirm that indeed this operation will be able to be conducted under safe conditions and in full control by own forces. To that end, approaching from the right, we will have 2 Hawks that will be finalizing the reconnaissance from the air, and they will be escorted, ladies and gentlemen, by 2 Gripens to ensure once again that the safety of own forces is key, but secondly, that the operation that we are about to launch can take place safely and deliver the required, get to the end of the required mission. Ladies and gentlemen, the air reconnaissance is now 1 minute out. And they will be approaching from the right-hand side, from our right-hand side. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look further to the right, you can already see the 2 Hawks as well as the 2 Gripens that are approaching. They will do reconnaissance of the area, after which they will then go into a combat air patrol in the area of the Robben Island in front of us, to ensure indeed that once again the safety is ensured. In the build-up of the scenario, the report and the commander is now satisfied that indeed sufficient safe conditions exist for him to launch the rescue plan. Ladies and gentlemen, from the left, approaching by means of Oryx helicopters will be the team that will be inserted in this area, the purpose of which is for them then to do the actual rescue of the diplomatic personnel that is being held hostage, now confirmed in the small little house on the right-hand side here on the beach line. The Oryx is 1 minute out, and they are approaching, ladies and gentlemen, from your left. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Oryx has landed, you will realize that in the air, 2 Roy Falk combat support helicopters are making sure that nothing and no interference will take place to the Oryx as it conducts its mission. The rescue team is on the ground and they are approaching the small little house where the diplomatic members are being held hostage, while both of the Roy Falk helicopters are then keeping a close eye, ensuring that everything continues to occur in safety.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's an assault team currently inside the house. The idea is to get in, identify the hostages, neutralize the enemy, get hold of the hostages, withdraw as quickly as possible, and thereafter exfiltrate from the area. At this point in time, speed, momentum, precision becomes of utmost importance. May I also point out sometimes when the house is big, the hostage and the hostage takers is not known, it then becomes necessary for the team to clear the whole house. The team has been inside the house. The hostages seems to be secured. They have been handed over to the necessary authorities, and the team is now busy with the exfiltration through the safe out to sea. Take note, the Zodiac Hurricane boat is going to come through for a shallow water turn on the surf, pick up the team, and will thereafter exfiltrate with the team.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first step of the demonstration, the freeing of the hostages, has taken place successfully. However, the bad news is that there has now been reports of external interference by the opposing forces that had held our diplomatic members hostage. We have now activated the first of the airstrikes from the South African Air Force. They are now about 2 minutes out. They will be approaching from our left. This mission, ladies and gentlemen, will consist both the Hawks as well as the Gripens that will initially deliver the bombs, and if necessary, we may request them to do a secondary run where they can then engage with guns. The Hawks are 1 minute out, and as I said earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, they will be rolling in from your left. Ladies and gentlemen, on your 12 o'clock there, they pitch 2 Hawks. Behind them, ladies and gentlemen, the Gripens pitching. And weapons released. Ladies and gentlemen, as the rep comes in to pick up our freed hostages, the commander has called them back for a gun run to ensure that the exfiltration can take place safely, and the 2 Hawks will be coming back for a gun run. They are rolling in once again from the left. Behind them, ladies and gentlemen, the Gripens also on a gun run. Ladies and gentlemen, our hostages are safely on the rep and on water. We are now going to be bringing in ground forces to secure this area. They will be approaching from your left-hand side. You can observe. Ladies and gentlemen, to your left-hand side, you will see, as part of our continued demonstration, the Oryx that is bringing the ground elements that will be fast-roped onto the surf for them to secure this area. Once again, the two Roy Falk combat support helicopters are providing fire from their cannons to ensure that everything is conducted safely.
Ladies and gentlemen, on board the Oryx helicopter, 12 times Marines, fire support group, the first rope. There will be fast rope onto the beach. Fast rope is the quickest method to get troops onto the beach to provide fire support for the possibility of troops. The Marines are carrying assault rifles. They have one LMG and an indirect weapon, the 60mm pet bomb, going on a wedge formation, securing the perimeter. Marines have safely landed onto the beach, skirmishing any small sightings of the enemy, and the Oryx withdraws.
Ladies and gentlemen, the land forces are now on the ground and they are approaching with mop-up operations. They are supported, ladies and gentlemen, by their own inherent indirect capability in the form of mortars that you see being fired currently. The Roy Falk combat support helicopter will also come in. They are currently pitching to give them support from guns.
Ladies and gentlemen, the troops that you are seeing lining up from the front of you are members from 1 Private Battalion based in Bloemfontein, Tempe military base. These are the same troops that fought the Battle of Bangui. These are the same troops that seized the existence of M23 rebels in the Democratic Republic of Congo. They are the cream of the South African army. Wherever the chief of the army is, you will see these troops. They sting like a bee. They are here to neutralize the target. One of the tasks of the airborne infantry is to secure the beachhead and to secure the aerodrome. Once they held up the beachhead or the aerodrome, one of the normal infantries will come and conduct a link-up force, then they withdraw for further taskings. Once the area is secured, they will stay in an all-round defense and make sure that the area is protected and safe. They hail all the way from Bloemfontein, Tempe military base. That is the conventional heartbeat of the South African National Defense Force. If you have never been there, you have never seen the SANDF.
Ladies and gentlemen, so far so good. In terms of the demonstration, the objectives that were set for this operation have been achieved successfully so far. However, there has now been a report that at least one of the members of armed forces has suffered as a casualty. We are now going to activate our medical health personnel that will be doing their own actions to ensure that this members is medically attended to. With me is Major Mtini, who's going to be taking us through this operation.
Thank you very much, Colonel. Now we will be displaying the capability of a combat search medical rescue. It's been reported that there is a patient that has been identified on the ground, and the team, 7-man team, has been activated to come and rescue this injured member. This capability is executed by 2 units, 500 Squadron from Pretoria and 7 Medical Battalion from Pretoria. The members have been inserted by means of a rappelling. The dispatcher on board is Corporal Mosutu, a team leader of a protection team is Corporal Madi. The medical team leader is Staff Sergeant Chileni. And now we'll be inserting advanced life support to come and assist to administer advanced life support to the injured person. The members of 500 Squadron who are from Pretoria, they are under the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel R.A. Boshomani. The medical team from 7 Medical Battalion Group, they are under the leadership of Colonel Dr. M.Z. Mdujo. When this operation has been executed of combat search medical rescue, we will always have our air support combat helicopters to ensure that the treatment of the patient when it's taking place, there is cover. Now, the medical team is administering advanced life support, and when the patient will confirm that he is stable and secured properly on a tempered stainless steel stretcher, it will be reported through, and there will be indication of a smoke to indicate to the giant that patient treatment has been completed and then the patient is ready to be extracted. The medical team indicated that treatment has been completed and now the audience has been called to come and extract. And everything's been clear that the patient can be further evacuated for further medical treatment.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our demonstration this morning here for you. We are now going to introduce as a last activity on our program, a special for our President and our Commander-in-Chief from the South African Navy Band that is deployed on the right-hand side of the main stage. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a special for our Commander-in-Chief. Thank you very much for joining us.